Hello again. I'm June Anderson and this is Glass with a Class. I'm so glad you joined in today and hope you'll enjoy our few minutes of fun. Last episode we talked about where people got their depression glass pieces back during the Depression era. And I promised that this episode we'd look into where you can get beautiful old pieces of depression glass now. There are actually several places that it's readily available. You can go to antique stores or antique malls and buy it outright from dealers, most of whom may be able to give you information about the piece or pieces you're interested in. You may pay top dollar there unless there's a sale, which sometimes happens. You can buy it online at different places, including auction sites, which I have done. You can get some really good deals there if you're patient enough to search them out or wait on the auction to end. Sometimes they have pieces listed outright so there's no bidding. I've bought that way too. There are also marketing sites on social media where you can pick up pieces much like the online auction sites. Some of the social media sites have pages dedicated just to depression glass, and people are willing to trade or sell some of their extra pieces. Unfortunately, if you buy online, there's the possibility of high shipping prices and also of buying from someone who doesn't really take a lot of care in packing glass, and you may be disappointed when your long-awaited package arrives. One of my favorite ways to find pieces of depression glass is at thrift stores. Salvation Army and Goodwill have it often. I've bought some there too. Also, there are usually mom-and-pop thrift stores locally where you can buy it. To me, buying at thrift stores is the most fun because not only is it like a treasure hunt where you can search it out among all the other stuff, but you can usually get it at a good price. As promised, here's today's lovely piece of glass. This was my mother's, and it's a pink 10.5-inch sandwich tray in the cherry blossom pattern, which was manufactured by the Jeannette Glass Company from about 1930 to 1939. It came in pink, green, delphite, which is an opaque blue, crystal, jadeite, which is an opaque green, and red. Unfortunately, some companies have produced reproductions of certain patterns and pieces of depression glass. We'll go into that a little deeper in another episode. You may remember last week's piece was a crystal salad bowl in the iris pattern that was my mother's, and I told you that when my mother-in-law passed away, I received one just like it in her things. The same thing happened with this tray. This one was my mother's, and my mother-in-law had one just like it, and when she passed, I inherited hers too. I love the intricate design of the cherries and leaves and the scalloped edges. I don't want to drop it up. Give it such a dainty look. The pierced handles are sturdy and attractive. It's nice and heavy too. Isn't it just beautiful? All right, let's set this piece aside and go into our class part of Glass with a Class. Today we're talking about cavalry and Calvary. Two very different things whose names sound and are spelled so much alike that it's easy to see how we could get them confused. Cavalry in the past was a group of soldiers who rode horses. Today, cavalry refers to soldiers who operate in armored vehicles. Calvary was the name of the hill outside Jerusalem where Jesus Christ was crucified. So you see, these two words refer to two completely different things, but are spelled and pronounced almost the same. Here's a verse from the Bible with the word Calvary in it. It's Luke chapter 23, verse 33. And when they were come to the place which is called Calvary, there they crucified him and the malefactors, one on the right hand and the other on the left. Come back next week and we'll talk about resources for identifying the many different patterns of depression glass. I hope you enjoyed Glass with a Class today. I did. See you next time. Bye-bye.